My name is Logan Grieve, and I am an electrical EIT, which stands for Engineering Training with O'Connell Robertson. So in college, I actually worked as a bartender for a while, so I did that. And I also had an internship with a drywall company, and I was an estimator for them. And basically what I did was we'd have finished projects that were already designed come through, and I would do the estimates and the bidding to estimate how much we're going to spend to do the construction for the company. And then if we get the job, then of course that means we won it and we get to do the work. And if we didn't win the bid, then we just don't get to do the work. So that's a pretty important job. I really worked at O'Connell because I had a friend that worked there the previous summer, and she was going to go do something else. So she recommended me for the internship at O'Connell Robertson. And they also liked that I had worked in a general contractor sense of it. So right now at O'Connell Robertson, I work on the design half. So we do the design, and I worked at a place that did the construction half of it. So that helps understand the two different fields of it, kind of. Basically, my daily duties involve, we get a new contract with a building owner, and the building owner decides with our architect team what he wants the building to look like, what he wants the spaces to do, and all of that. And the architects start ahead of us, and they'll actually design kind of a rough blueprint or a rough plan of the whole building with all the walls and all the ceilings there. And then that's when we come in, and basically what I do is I get the plans from the architect and I start placing all the electrical devices like receptacles. I do lighting, I have to place light switches, I have to place panels to power up the receptacles and all the electrical devices, and that includes sizing the panels as well as sizing breakers. And also sometimes if it's a new project, we have to do the whole electrical service, so that includes the switchboard, which is the largest electrical component of any building. And some of the cool projects I've worked on is the school behind me. This is Lake Belton High School. This is a brand new, massive high school. And I kind of came in at the tail end of this design, and I helped a little bit with the lighting. And I also have worked on Austin High School, and that is, I think, Austin's largest school in the city, but I may be wrong on that, so don't quote me on that. But Austin High School is a really old high school, and they're adding a new gymnasium. So I helped with the gym lights on that, and they also added a new stair tower right outside the front of the building, and it will be a complete glass box. And I got to do the lighting design on that. So hopefully when it's built, it looks like a glowing box with the Maroons logo going down the side of the stairs, and that is also backlit, and you won't be able to see any of the lights. It'll just look like it's glowing. We use Revit and AutoCAD, which are two kind of building design programs, and it helps a lot if you have experience in that. And as far as like more people skills, we do a lot with owners and like clients, and it's usually a lot of professionalism since a lot of these clients have a lot of money, and we just have to always be very professional and always looking our best when we visit clients. So I would say computer skills and people skills. I like math. It's like maybe one of the few things I'm pretty good at. And in school, I was like, I can either do mathematics or I guess I could do engineering. And I had done undecided engineering, and we had to go through all the engineering disciplines and like kind of see what they were about. And architectural engineering drew me to it because I really like building things, but this kind of gave me a way to use building things and math together. And I would say if you're kind of an artistic side, like designing things is something that you have to get creative with and come up with creative solutions. So I would say a person that likes math or in general doesn't mind math and also has some sort of creativity side to them as well. Definitely the most rewarding thing, without a doubt, is designing something and then actually getting to see it in real life after it's built. It's a really good feeling when you design it and then it exists in person and it looks exactly how you designed it, and it's a really cool feeling. And then the most challenging probably can be the design work as well, because sometimes you run into issues and there's really not any clear solution, so you have to get creative with it, or you have to think outside the book a little bit, kind of come up with a design that meets all the requirements for the project, and that can be really challenging. Definitely can. If you get any sort of engineering degree, you have a pretty good shot of landing a job in this field, because there kind of isn't, there's usually a shortage of people in the field, because there's a lot more designs than there are people designing it. And once you're in, if you get the FE and then you work for 4 years and then you pass your PE test, you're guaranteed to be a professional engineer at that point. And that's someone that's usually making decent money and has a pretty solid career. I'm only one person making this much money, but I believe that it could easily support maybe 2 other people, and you wouldn't have to live paycheck to paycheck. Actually, my company is really good about this. We are given 8 hours each year to go to classes, to go to different things that train us. So that's always paid for when we do that. And if we take the FE or the PE, we'll pay for the test, so you don't have to worry about that or anything. And they definitely offer you, if you want to learn more and do more in a field, they will pretty much always support you. I specifically work on schools and hospitals a lot, is what our company does, so those kind of are recession-proof, but not all designers do schools and hospitals. Like any other building, residential buildings, entertainment facilities, all of that is another type of construction. And sometimes construction can rise and fall a little bit during recessions and stuff like that. So I would say maybe it's not looking the best for the future right now for construction, but it usually always goes back up at some point.